Hey guys, what's up? It's Julia and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I am doing a book review. I just read Will by Will Smith. I read this book, I think in 4 days. I could not put it down. I was gonna say I'm speechless, but that'll kind of be a problem for this video. I am just so blown away with all of the lessons in this book. Run to the bookstore and get this book if you have not read it already. And hopefully this video will encourage you to read it. If you have not read this book, but you know Will Smith's story, you can assume that someone with that level of success had to be resilient. But when you get to hear about, and again, of course, like this book is a total insight on his life, but it's still far from the full story. So just knowing this much, the leaps of faith that this man had to take literally every single day to get to where he is today and to achieve all that he has achieved and is continuing to achieve is incredible. Really learning about the resilience that it took before he had credits to his name and before a lot of people believed in him, because of course you have to kind of put in that work and time to then get the credits, and that's hard when not everyone can see the vision as clear as you can. Unwavering resilience throughout the entire story, no matter what stage of the game he was at, was something that really stood out to me and I think is applicable to anyone in any field. This next lesson, I'm sure, is prevalent in any artist's story, and it's something that I am learning in my own life right now. When you are on a journey, which I feel like every person is, of stepping into your greatness, following your dreams, whatnot, yeah, you have to accept, and again, I'm learning this, you have to accept that not everyone is going to understand. And that is okay. And even when he was talking about his college decision and his mom really not being, you know, supportive and excited about his decision that college wasn't for him, he had to have so much trust in himself. He just knew that he had to do what was right for him. You're able to look back, and I'm sure his whole family or whoever wasn't supportive of that one decision was able to look back and be like, you know, obviously everything worked out. But when you're in the midst of it, that's a different story. Accepting that not everyone is going to understand, even the people closest to you, and you just have to do what you know in your gut is right for you, that is not simple. Whenever Will Smith had a dream, like for example, being the biggest movie star in the world, it didn't seem, of course, I only know what I read, but it didn't seem that he had a problem with speaking it into existence. He told his friends, he told his family. He wasn't shy or embarrassed or insecure of how big his dreams were. And I love that so much, and that's just a core belief and manifestation, right? You have to speak it and believe it and share it, and if you're insecure about your dreams, then you're completely in your own way. Even if he didn't know how he was going to get there, he knew that he wanted to be the biggest movie star in the world. He knew he wanted to be a rapper. He knew he wanted to do all these things, and that's kind of all you need sometimes, is just that belief, and then you figure it out. I just think that's such a beautiful way to live. It was clear throughout his entire journey, and I'm sure still to this day, that he was always surrounding himself with people who deeply believed in him and supported him and knew what was best for him. And when people came along who maybe weren't meant to be a part of his journey for a long time or really weren't serving for the greater purpose, they didn't stay around for a long time. And so it's not just the importance of having people around you, but having people around you that really understand the vision and want what's really best for you. And sometimes that even means passing up on things that look really good. And okay, I don't want to give too much away because I want you guys to all read the book, so I'm not going to give any specific examples, even though I said the college thing, but whatever. Having that community and having those people around you and keeping your family close is so important, and I love that so many of his core people have been with him from the beginning. I just think that's so cool to rise to the top together. Something else that I loved so much about reading this book is that when anything didn't work out, because of course that happens every day, I never got the feeling that it was like, oh, you know, maybe I should throw in the towel, or maybe this actually isn't the path that's meant for me. It was always just like, okay, we'll figure out another way. And I feel like that character trait is so necessary when you're forging your own path, and just kind of being an artist in general, because there's so many no's that come your way. You are the director of your story, so while you're dealing with no's that come in, being able to just take them as redirects versus stop signs is so important. And I feel like he is the perfect example of someone who took every no as just a not yet or a redirection versus like, okay, maybe this isn't meant for me. One of the biggest lessons that I am learning in my life right now, and I'm talking about with my friends and my mentors, is the not only importance, but necessity of just showing up, and how showing up is kind of 95% of it. Whether he met someone that was going to be a very big part of his life down the line, whether he learned something, whatever, just showing up. It's as simple as that. It's literally show up to that class, show up to that event, show up to that gathering, just show up. Okay, those are all my lessons. Now I'm going to look through the book. Like I said, I have some pages pinned and I have some sections highlighted that I want to read to you guys, because there were some passages of this book that are just incredible. And this first one is actually my favorite. I read it on a daily basis and I honestly want to put it in my room somewhere. But it says, this is on page 183 for anyone who has the book. Magic demands awareness, faith. You have to believe in magic. Preparation, move the rock. We must identify and eradicate the poisonous resistances and impediments within ourselves. Then surrender. Stay out of the way and trust the magic to do what it does. The universe wants you to have the miracle. Move the damn rock. I read that and I felt that it was just speaking to my soul, because all of the self-work and learning I'm doing, you know, in my own life completely aligned with that. Number one is believing your dreams are not only possible but achievable, and then showing up to do the work. We must identify and eradicate the poisonous resistances and impediments within ourselves. So getting rid of any belief that it's not gonna happen for you and preparing for it, and then surrendering, staying out of the way and trusting that it's going to happen. The universe wants you to have the miracle, move the damn rock. I love that so much. This is on page 216. When you know what you want, it clarifies what you don't want, and even painful decisions, though not easy, become simple. Yeah. This is on page 314. Desire is what you want. Purpose is the flowering of what you are. I'll just leave that one right there. Oh, I love this one. This is on page 321. Well, I consider myself to be fairly average in talent. Where I believe I excel is in my unflinching, unyielding discipline and work ethic. While the other guy is eating, I'm working. Oh, okay, this one's so good. This is on page 286. So this says, stopping was equally as powerful as going. Resting was equally as powerful as training. Silence was equally as powerful as talking. Letting go was equally as powerful as grasping. Surrender to me no longer meant defeat. It was now an equally powerful tool of manifestation. I needed to hear that, so thank you, Will. I am really learning in my own life to surrender a little bit and to show up and do the work and just fully trust that what's meant to be will happen, which I do deeply believe. That's why it's always like a tug of war in my brain a little bit when I so deeply believe that, yet I'm trying to hold so tightly onto the timeline. But yeah, I just think that's a beautiful reminder that rest is equally as powerful as working, and you need both. Okay, this I think is the last one. It's on page 394. It says, minimizing my talking became my practice for maximizing my awareness. This is so good. I had always seen the world as my battlefield. I now understood that the true combat zone was my mind. Oh my gosh, I don't even know how to comment on that one. Those are my favorite little excerpts from the book. Everyone's affected or impacted differently by different stories, of course, and not everyone wants the same things out of life, but I think there are so many wonderful lessons in this book. You don't even have to be an actor or a singer to relate. Just the story of having a dream and chasing after it. It's so motivating and inspiring, and it's a reminder that literally literally anything is possible. I did want to let you guys know I am doing another subscriber Zoom on Saturday, March 26th at 11 a.m. PST. This is completely free and open to anybody who wants to join. Come join us, it's always so much fun. We talk about our passions, I get to know you guys, it's just the best time. If you're interested in that, email juliamarleyzoom@gmail.com and you will be sent the link. Thank you guys so much for watching, I really hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!